Ladies and gentlemen, we just got some absolutely historic news that honestly could change this country forever. You see, the United States Supreme Court has officially agreed to start hearing arguments on whether or not the United States should end the unconstitutional and completely abused practice of birthright citizenship. Now, like I said, this is absolutely massive because this is the exact policy that has allowed millions of children born to illegal immigrant parents to instantly become United States citizens just by nature of being born here. Now, let's make something very clear. No other developed nation on the face of this planet gives out citizenship like we do. In Europe and Asia and South America, Africa, if neither of your parents are citizens, you don't get citizenship. It's that simple. Meanwhile, back here in the United States, for decades now, we've been handing out citizenship like it's a bingo prize. And so now, it's time for this entirely unintentional citizenship racket to finally come to an end. And so thanks to President Trump and the America First agenda, the Supreme Court is finally going to take this issue seriously. Now, folks, yesterday afternoon, Stephen Miller had a great breakdown of this entire situation, but before we take a look at that, I want to say real quick that if you guys enjoy the daily news updates, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help a ton. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this.
Birthright citizenship is the biggest, costliest scam in financial history. An illegal alien can come here 9 months pregnant or on a tourist visa, 9 months pregnant, have a baby. That baby is then declared an automatic citizen, which then entitles the entire family to come here and live here, and every one of them can get welfare. Yes, they can get unlimited welfare, applying as the custodian of this citizen, so-called child. The biggest financial ripoff of Americans in history, not to mention the fact that it is the #1 magnet for illegal immigration and invasion, and that is used by foreign governments to conduct espionage against the United States. Because now, see, we can keep out a foreign spy who has a visa, who's trying to get permission to board an airplane. But what happens when a foreign government uses this ridiculous birthright scam in order to create automatic citizens who then grow up as assets of a foreign government? So it's a major national security threat. The 14th Amendment, the provisions in question were ratified for the children of freed slaves. You can go read the minutes of the debate. They were talking about the children of freed slaves after the Civil War.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
The idea that this was meant to provide illegal alien children with automatic citizenship. Do you really think that in the 19th century, 3/4 of states all got together to pass an amendment to say that people that Congress has forbidden from entering here can have automatic children citizens? I mean, the idea is so far beyond even the outer limits of imagination. No human being who suggests it should be taken seriously.
So folks, just like Stephen Miller said, allowing birthright citizenship to continue the way that it has isn't just a legal issue. Allowing it to continue would spell the end of the nation. Originally, birthright citizenship was meant to apply to the children of recently freed slaves after the Civil War in the 1860s, not to the children of people who violated our immigration laws and entered our country illegally. And here's the truth, for decades now, birthright citizenship has been a glowing beacon, a magnet at our southern border, drawing illegal immigrants into our country saying, come on in, just give birth here and you're set for life. And then, who pays the bill for all of that? You do. American taxpayers are footing the bill for illegal immigrants and their anchor babies to collect welfare, healthcare, housing, and education. But okay, you know what? What do you say we talk about the legal side of things here? Despite what the left-wing media tells you, the U.S. Supreme Court has never once ruled that the children of illegal immigrants are automatically entitled to U.S. citizenship. That is the loophole, and now President Trump is getting ready to close it. The argument that President Trump and his legal team are going to make in front of the U.S. Supreme Court is really pretty simple. If you are in this country illegally, you are not subject to United States jurisdiction in any meaningful sense. You are here in violation of our laws. And so what that means is that the children of illegal immigrants don't get to immediately become U.S. citizens just by nature of being born on U.S. soil. And so if the U.S. Supreme Court agrees with that interpretation, and all signs point to that being possible, then birthright citizenship for illegal immigrants will come to an end permanently. But you know what? What do you say we talk about the Supreme Court here for a moment? Technically, yes, there is a conservative majority on the Supreme Court on paper, but as we've all seen, Chief Justice Roberts and Justice Barrett have been a little bit unpredictable, to say the least. That said, it is undeniably true that President Trump has been winning almost all of his Supreme Court battles as of late, which is a very good sign. And honestly, between you and me, it feels like the tide is kind of turning. The American people are sick of getting ripped off. They're done being told that it's compassionate to let illegal immigrants rewrite our laws and bankrupt our country. And as public pressure continues to mount, even the Supreme Court can't ignore the will of the American people. And as I'm sure you can all guess, right now, the absolute vast majority of Americans are in favor of overturning birthright citizenship. The truth is, if our founding fathers saw that we've just been giving out citizenship to every single illegal invader that gives birth on U.S. soil, they'd be absolutely mortified. This is not how the United States was meant to operate. Every single time citizenship is given to the child of an illegal immigrant invader, the value of what it means to be an American citizen is slightly diluted. Not to mention that the way birthright citizenship currently works actually rewards people for invading our country. Like we said earlier, millions of people have snuck into this country hoping to have a baby just so they can stay here. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is why it is so massive that the Supreme Court is finally willing to take a look at the case. Because, folks, here's the reality. If we don't protect and gatekeep American citizenship, then we might as well not even have a country anymore. What's the point? And so this is why we voted for President Trump, to put an end to this type of nonsense and to finally put America first. Now, folks, before we wrap up with today's video, I want to say real quick that I've actually gone ahead and made a community Facebook page where I'll be posting additional news and updates as it relates to all of this. So if you guys use Facebook, check out the pinned comment down below and give that page a follow. But everyone, that is going to be a wrap for today's video, so please go down below and drop a comment. Let me know what you think about all of this. Please like the video while you're down there. As I said earlier, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help a ton with my daily struggle here on YouTube. Thank you all very much for tuning in today, and of course, as always, stay safe.